Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason. Hope you're all doing well. Happy holidays, of course. Hope you don't mind all the clutter in the background. It's all holiday cards and things like that. But I will have a new backdrop. It's on its way. A baseball backdrop, and I have a new microphone coming as well. So the background of my videos are going to be changing shortly. Just waiting for it to come, so it's going to pop when it comes, and I think you're going to really like it. With that, so I'd originally done a video on 3 moves that the Tampa Bay Rays should do or need to do to get back to the World Series in 2021. Now that they've traded Blake Snell to the Padres, my video's changing a little bit, so I'm just making a new one now. And so, and by the way, if you haven't seen the details of the trade with San Diego, it's in the description down below, as well as my other video on 3 moves that the Dodgers need to make to repeat as world champions, in the description down below, along with a whole bunch of others. So if it's your first time to the channel, welcome. If you enjoy baseball content, hit that subscribe button and the notification moving forward, so that you don't miss out on what's coming. I have a lot of good stuff coming. And take a look what's already out there. So, I originally, the 3 pieces, and I'm looking at my baseball book here, the 3 pieces I had originally, mentioned are a relief pitcher from the left-handed side, to add to that already elite power bullpen, which are majority right-handed, a utility player, and a depth starter. Well, it kind of remains, but my thought process has kind of evolved over the past week because of what happened. And Tampa Bay traded, Blake Snell for 4 top prospects from the Padres, and he's really going to revitalize the Padres rotation, particularly when Mike Clevenger comes back. They're going to have a 3-headed monster over there. And Tampa Bay's already down Charlie Martin, who signed with the Atlanta Braves, and now they're out Blake Snell. So, they do this on a regular basis too. They'll trade away some guys and to keep a low payroll, and they have a relatively low payroll. And they're now apparently looking to trade Kevin Kiermaier, who's under a similar contract, or what's left of his contract was similar to what Snell had, about 3 years, $35–40 million left of a 6-year, 50+ or $60 million contract. So he's controlled through 2023 as a solid outfielder. He's been solid for Tampa Bay, so they're looking to move him as well, and they'll probably be able to move him for somebody and get more prospects. But what's crazy is Tampa Bay was already a top 3 farm, and now they're legitimately number 1, hands down, after trading Snell to San Diego. So, the 3 moves that I think that they should make. Number 1, I think they should still, from my last year, I think they should sign Brad Hand, elite lefty bullpen. And again, their bullpen is ridiculous. Okay, ridiculous, and that's the best bullpen in baseball in my opinion. But they were heavily righty. Bringing in Brad Hand, another power lefty, a guy who is really, really good at getting guys out from the left and right-handed side, would really, really go a long way towards getting towards taking that bullpen to a whole nother level. And if they offload Kevin Kiermaier, the cost cutting that they've done off shipping Snell and Kiermaier out is clearing almost $30 million. Hand might cost 10, maybe, in that scenario. So they'd still be saving a significant amount of money by bringing in an elite bullpen, and particularly bringing in another guy like this because of the free agent starting market. I don't see them getting Trevor Bauer. He's going to cost more than Snell and Kiermaier combined. So I don't see that happening. And whoever's after that, I think they're better off in the trade market, in my opinion, getting what they need in terms of a starting pitcher. I think they can get a better starting pitcher moving forward in a trade than they would this year's in free agency, and still be fiscally responsible to that payroll and fiscally conscious, or whatever they're trying to do, stay under a certain threshold. Their current payroll expenditure is going to, I think it's around $60 million for 2021 if they would be in a full season. So it's a relatively low payroll. But they were always this way. And I mentioned them like being the Oakland A's. They're a team that does a lot with a little bit of resources. So. And they develop pitchers really well. They develop position players really well. So well done to them. So Brad Hand would be number 1. The second one would be to sign a good utility player who can play multiple positions, whether it be infield and outfield, or multiple infield positions. And I had 2 guys that came to mind. Number 1 was Cesar Hernandez, who again can play multiple infield positions. And as an upgrade over most teams' kind of backup or utility players to begin with. So. Formerly of the Phillies and a couple other teams. he represents a solid player. I do think he bats from the left-handed side as well. He's a consistent contact hitter, good defense, and we're a guy that would not cost a lot of money to bring in, but would serve the Tampa Bay Rays a lot of benefit, being a low-cost addition who could play multiple positions. They could probably get on a 2-year deal, and it would give them good balance to the lineup. And again, a guy is a good clubhouse guy too, so it wouldn't disrupt the chemistry that they already have. And he would be a solid addition to the team. So, and again, keeping him away from some other teams like the Yankees or Toronto or Boston, whoever, divisional rivals, would be a good thing as well. So, I think he'd be a good piece for Tampa Bay. The other guy I mentioned was Tommy Lastel, who can play infield and outfield. Really good contact hitter from the left-handed side, clutch, and he kind of fits into the mode of kind of do a lot of things for Tampa Bay. Resourceful player. Again, he hits in the clutch. Tampa Bay's been a super clutch team last couple of years. But they need a player like him. And to me, he's an upgrade over Cesar Hernandez as well. So either one of them would be ideal. But Tommy Lastel, I think, would be a really, really good addition to that team. And again, he can play infield and outfield. Bats from the left-handed side. And he would, again, balance the lineup. Improve the infield defense as well, like Hernandez. And you can move him around and give this guy a break, give that guy a break, give him a break, and so on. Because we really don't know what the season's going to be at. Whether it's the players want 162 games, obviously, owners want less. So my guess is going to be a compromise, probably around 120 or 130 games, which to me is a good idea, particularly for starters, because generally, it's not a good idea to increase your innings workload by more than 50 innings per season. So, you have guys that threw 90 innings last year in the shortened season or something like that, 80 innings or whatever, expecting, to go 200 next season. I would imagine a lot of arms, there's going to be a lot of injuries if they do that. So, this is a logical step, in my opinion, towards a full season back in 2022. So, and I hope that they carry the same type of mindset with that. Obviously, a lot of them don't because they want to maximize their money, but to me, this would be a good opportunity for teams to carry a 6-man rotation this year, if it's a 162-game season, to preserve the top-flight starters, so that you're not having a Mike Clevenger, Tommy John episode, and a bunch of other guys who need Tommy John. So that's just my opinion. And the last one, I'd originally had them saying they should sign a depth starter like a Julio Teheran or a Jose Quintana just on the back end, but that was with the understanding that Snell was still there. Now, in my opinion, this is a prime opportunity for Tampa Bay to call the GM of Milwaukee. Okay, yes, the Brewers. They have some good pieces, and I know that they're kind of borderline contending and not contending, but they do want to cut payroll. This is an opportunity, and their farm is down, so I would call the GM and ask him, say, hey, what is it going to take to get Corbin Burnes and Josh Hader? I want an elite reliever and your top starter. They have more than enough to give the Milwaukee Brewers a king's ransom to address positions at the major league level and the minor league level and still be a top 5 farm. Okay, that's how deep their farm is now. That's the first thing I would do. I would call the GM of Milwaukee. Say, we want Burnes, we want Hader. What do you want? And they'll have what they want. So it'll probably be probably 6 high-level prospects or whatever. But again, Milwaukee needs it. And this is an opportunity for Tampa Bay to still bring in 2 cost-control guys who have years of control left, who both cost less than what Snell cost, less than what Kiermaier cost. And could you imagine bringing in like a Listella and a Brad Hand and making a trade like this? The Tampa Bay would be better than they were last year and still have an equal or lower payroll. So, to me, this screams a blockbuster trade. Just a blockbuster trade number 2, in my opinion. This is, I think, the best team for them to trade with the package they just got. They could flip some of them to Milwaukee. And even though they got a top pitching prospect and a catcher who has experience major league level that they can platoon Lazunino and blah blah blah. But if you have an opportunity to maybe get Hader and Corbin Burnes, add him to Tyler Glasnow, who's been inconsistent in the playoffs, unlike Blake Snell, and they're going to need to complement that rotation somehow. I could still see them bringing in a cost-controlled starter. Don't know who, Taiwan Walker or somebody like that, or maybe someone else. But this is an opportunity to have another blockbuster trade, still keep costs low, address the holes that you just created, and move on and be better than you were last year, in my opinion. They made those moves, they'd go back. I think they'd go back to the World Series in 2021. And again, they'd be favorites to probably go back there for the next couple of years, particularly since, unfortunately, my Yankees have been relatively... I mean, it's most of the major leagues have been relatively slow in the free agent market because there's not clarity on what the season's going to look like, so I can understand that, which I think trades are going to kind of dominate the big moves moving forward until they resolve that. But this is an opportunity for the Tampa Bay Rays to really add addition by subtraction here. So I'd be all over it if I were them, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Sorry, Brewer fans, I don't mean to upset you, but this is an opportunity for the Brewers to really, really addition by subtraction as well. So you get rid of, you unfortunately trade away one of your top relievers and your top starter, but you can get one in return, a top pitching prospect or two, multiple position prospects, cut costs, and you can still sign a free agent or two, but your farm will be shot, way the hell up now. So, and you'd have more guys on the way to the major leagues than you had before, and still be a decent team. So they need to do this, in my opinion. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I have a bunch of videos coming you're not going to want to miss. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. Hit that notification so you don't miss them. Take a look at the videos in the description down below. And be safe. May your 2021 be better than your 2020. And I will talk to you next time.